The teaser for Gilded Age Season 2 Episode 6 has already been released, and it gives us a good idea of what will happen in the next episode. Is someone proposing to Marion in the midst of a violent clash with union members? Is George meeting his demise? We should check out the trailer to see what it offers. The Waring house located on 61st Street serves as the trailer's opening. Ada has apparently left the home and is now spending time with her new husband Mr. as there is a letter she wrote while and Marion are still there. It is done. Ans finds it annoying that Ada has been writing her so many letters. According to her, Ada is always begging for a word about her immense joy. As soon as it happens, she starts dancing with the Reverend. This is where I should pause and mention that it all sounds too wonderful to be true. To begin, this scene from the season premiere teaser depicts Ada sobbing into Agnes's arms. It isn't because they missed each other so much that we know these characters. Surely something terrible occurred. In addition, the rivalry between Ada and Agnes was often the highlight of the Wending home, and its absence would greatly diminish the plot. Even though I am aware that Ada would pay a visit, it would lack authenticity. After then it's on to the Russells' home, which is across the street. Turner and Bertha are joined inside by Mr. Gilbert, who is the financier for the Metropolitan Opera. In his assurance, Barra will find the Met to be an enormous success. After that, it becomes public knowledge that Turner would be rooting for the Met. This was to be anticipated since Mrs. Astor had informed Mr. Wharton that their Academy box had been stolen. Getting into the new opera is definitely on the list, but that's not all they'll be focusing on. Turner must have a new strategy in mind after his failure with Peter in the last episode. Is there anything you can tell me about her plans? Along with Oscar, we witness Maud Beat strolling in a garden as he wins over Maud with his carefree attitude toward danger. He noticeably improves his friendship with his pal. You may recall that I warned that this whole thing may be a hoax in my last video. They may have lied to Oscar about the authenticity of the investment they made in order to convince him to part with his money. Perhaps Ma is merely a pawn in her father's game, or perhaps she is an active participant whose only goal is to deceive men into giving her money. The reveal probably won't happen in this episode, since he appears to return to that office and rip up some paper. The garden also has moments with Marin, cousin Doshel, Agnes and his children. Doshel will probably pop the question to Marin here in front of Anus, as hinted at in an earlier clip. Still in the park, Doshel scoops Marin up by the hands and yanks her away from the onlookers. A hint of envy shows on Larry's face as he observes them. Here we have a video that doubles as a proposal scenario. On the other hand, it is here that Larry's interest in Marin will germinate, because she doesn't want Doshel to seem foolish in front of everyone. Marion will probably say yes, only to come to regret it later. In the following scene from the trailer, Peggy returns to Na